Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Lewis. I'm a PhD candidate in the School for the Environment, studying marine science and technology. And I'm very excited to share with you about what SACNAS is and to cover more of what's happening on the national level. And Kevin will take it away to talk about more of what's happening at UMass Boston and the SACNAS chapter. So SACNAS is dedicated to advancing Chicanos, Hispanics, and Native Americans in science. This is a professional society that's really focused on bringing our full selves from our cultural and ethnic backgrounds, um, not only to our workplaces and our education, but also beyond that. So here's more of our mission statement: an inclusive organization dedicated to fostering the success of Chicanos, Hispanic, and Native Americans, from college students to professionals, in attaining advanced degrees, careers, and positions of leadership in STEM. And I think the true heart of the SACNAS community is this true diversity and bringing one's full self to our careers, and especially the various science pathways we all decide to pursue. And there's this really great video that the SACNAS National Chapter put together that I will um, play that really highlights this.
To me, SACNAS means opportunity.
SACNAS allowed me to grow as an individual.
To me, SACNAS, it's community, it's family.
It's a place where I can bring my whole self, my identities, my culture, my science in a welcoming and inclusive community.
It means the ability to express who I am authentically and to really lean into how my identities intersect and show up in my science.
SACNAS means a support network. Not only are we a group of like-minded scientists who are working to make STEM fields more inclusive and diverse, but we're also a group of friends who are always supporting and caring for each other.
SACNAS means opportunity. Opportunity to be a role model and give back to mentor others. SACNAS also means diversity. Diversity not only of your skin color, but diversity of thinking and knowledge.
It's a space where my culture, my identity, and my science come together as one.
SACNAS is just a great community to find like-minded individuals who are interested in research, doing cool research, and be able to connect and, be a part of something bigger.
SACNAS has been such an amazing community to be a part of, and the family and support that you gain throughout the years has just been pivotal to my career as a scientist.
I can always depend on my SACNAS family for support, encouragement, resources, and opportunities.
SACNAS is a place where I can embrace all my roots and my journey in science and be inspired while inspiring the next generation of scientists.
What excites me the most about SACNAS is the fact that one's own culture and community does not have to be separated from the pursuit of their scientific endeavors.
SACNAS is chicken soup for the scientific soul.
A couple of years ago, I joined SACNAS, both the national organization and the UCLA chapter, and I've been involved and also recently joined the board. And one thing that became very clear to me was that I had found my community, mi familia. And that's what SACNAS means to me.
All right. So before I hand it off to Kevin, I think what you can really feel from a video like this is that the SACNAS community is so special because they really do care about all of you: culture, community, history, and taking all of that from different stages in your life and beyond. And I think that's so special because a lot of the times, I know as an indigenous student from Hawaii, sometimes it can feel hard to take along all of those pieces with you, but it's really amazing to have a community that's kind of helping you piece that together and figure out how you want to move on to this next or to your next career stage, etc. So I'm going to pass it off to Kevin to talk more about the UMass Boston chapter.
So I'm happy to talk a little bit about our community at UMass Boston. We've been able to build a really nice group, and I think what's been really special for me about our group in Boston is that we've really came together and built the SACNAS chapter that was molded to like all of our interests, and really we decide together what events we want to explore, what mentorship or opportunities we want to bring to both ourselves, but also like the community of students at UMass Boston. So I think that's kind of one of the things that's been really nice is to just sort of be in a collaborative environment where we can build the community that's like best for us. Um, and I'll show you a little bit about how that's been done in the next slide. And so one of the things we've been really focusing is demystifying who scientists are, what scientists look like, what scientists do through various events. Like we've been inviting different members of our UMass Boston scientist communities, but also guests outside of UMass Boston to talk about their science, to talk about how their diverse background has enriched their career path. And it's been really instrumental to have these roundtable discussions where we can learn more about scientists as a person and learn more about their career path, demystify sort of the idealized linearity that we sometimes think about science. And it's provided a wonderful space for both grad students and undergrads to ask questions about sort of like how do you pursue career in science, or how do you pursue careers in grad school. We've also done like more culture events where we've invited artists that are scientists within our UMass Boston community to share their artistic side with us. So it was really nice to see people perform, hear poems, see sort of visual arts in 2D and 3D. And once COVID started, we've transitioned that into a virtual session. So we actually had a couple interviews that were really nice. We got to like really meet and get to know some of the professors within our community and be surprised by like how talented their artistic capabilities are. And so that's been a really wonderful journey of the UMass Boston community. Next slide, please. Another part of the SACNAS community is really the participation of regional and national conference. So this is where you not only get to express who you are as a scientist to your peers, but also these conferences have amazing professional development. I've really learned how to hone my CB, how to search for jobs, how to practice, giving my talks in a community that's very open, very warm and welcoming. So that's been really wonderful. The regional conference is really good. It's a free conference, so it's really nice to be able to consistently have a space to not only share my science, but meet, diverse scientists at a price that's super accessible. And so I welcome everybody to participate in our regional conference, and we'll give you the details about that in a little bit. Next slide. I think we skipped one. There we go. And then the last part is sort of the idea of like a community that celebrates like the diversity or celebrates like our diverse backgrounds. So we really try to find space to make sure that everybody's welcome and to engage and celebrate, our diversity and our backgrounds. And so this is when the regional conferences was hosted at UMass Boston, but we've also done some events over Zoom during these times as well. Next slide. And then in terms of professional development throughout our chapter, we really try to like make it easier for students to find opportunities. I know that often a big hurdle to moving forward is not knowing where things are or not knowing where the information is. And so we've been really pushing through social media and newsletters, different opportunities for jobs, for internships, for webinars, for professional development. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of really cool opportunities for professional development and also increasing your network to the national and regional conferences. And I'll give you the details about the regional on the next slide. And so that's coming up. So February 27 is the deadline to register. As I mentioned, it's completely free, whether you're presenting or not. So definitely take that opportunity and run with it. This year's conference is going to be hosted virtually by Harvard University. The link is here, but it's also been distributed widely across all of our social media pages as well. To help with your registration, if you are planning to participate in a presentation, we're going to host an abstract workshop event. That's going to be next Thursday at 5. And the details for that are in the next slide. So join us Thursday at 5. Even if you have nothing written, the idea of this is just to come together, sit down, and come out with an abstract that you're going to be able to plug in with your application before the deadline on Saturday. And I think that's it in terms of, yeah,